Learn the top lessons that I learned from Tony Robbins' Unlimited Power books that is about the precision model to cut out the fluff that you have been telling yourself to do so. Hey guys, this is June because I was born in June, and if let's say you want to create 7 videos in a week, join our signature program, Amazing Video Challenge, that will create 7 videos in a week. You can go to www.amazingchallenge.us. So let's come back to the topic for today. So actually I have this book with me for like the longest time ever, about 4 years time in my shelf, and I never get to finish that. So recently what happened is that I kind of like finished all my books, right? So I flip through to this Tony Robbins Unlimited Power. So it has a chapter to talk about how you can reduce the self-sabotage yourself. Like a lot of us, even myself, although I appear very always very positive about the things in life, but then there will be times like where I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like I'm the loser. I have those moments at all the time. So that's why I think that is one specific chapter about this Tony Robbins book that help us to ask very specific questions, to questions our belief system. So what this model is all about is called precision model. So I'm just going to show one precision model image over here so that you guys can have a look. So basically it covers a few different type of questions that you should be asking yourself. So whenever you feel like you're asking yourself like, I don't think I'm good enough, June, I think you suck at everything. So the first thing that you guys can ask these questions, if let's say see from the graph, the first one, I want you guys to look at the pinky. So the pinky talks about universal. You can have a look at these few keywords that you usually use on yourself or when it usually describes something. All right, you will use all, everything, or nothing. All right, it can be all, every, and never. Like for example, you feel like, oh, I suck in everything. When you face this, right, you should be asking yourself, is it I really suck in everything? My friend told me that I'm really good at something, right? My friend told me that I'm really good at drawing. When you're saying that you're really suck in everything, is everything true? All right? Or maybe you are actually quarrel with your spouse, your partner, or maybe with your children, and then you'll be like, you never do your homework. Like example with children, right? You never do your homework. You never help me to do any housework, right? So the next thing that you should be questioning yourself is that, is it your spouse, your partner, or your children never really did those things? Most likely or not, whatever those words that you are using, it's literally never, every, or all. It's very generalized. It's just that one incident happened, it doesn't apply to all other incidents. It's just that maybe one day you don't have a great day. It doesn't mean that every day is a suck day, right? So that's why when we're talking about pinky in this book, so this is where I'm checking out. I even highlighted that because I think like this is golden as well. So when we talk about universal thing like all, every, never, we talk about pinky. Whenever you use this word, you should question yourself, is it really true? All right, so that's the first thing. Okay, so next one they'll talk about this finger. All right, so it will talk about should, shouldn't, can't, or must, or anything that imply like mandatory, like should, shouldn't, can, or must. Right? For example, maybe today you're rushing. You tell yourself like, I must finish my chores. Only I can have some fun time myself. Right? Is it really true that you must finish the task at hand? Or is it you really can be flexible a little bit to that it is just that you want rather than you must, right? Or maybe you say something like, I can't do this. I can't do a video just like June, all right? I can't do a live video because I have no experience. Is it really just can't? Or is it really you just don't want to? So you must actually be able to differentiate these few wordings. But whenever, for example, let me go back to that examples that I said, I can't do live video just like June, so I think this is not for me. Okay, what you can do is that you can ask yourself another set of questions. All right, these questions that Tony Robbins suggested is that you can ask the first question. Since that you said that you can't, right? So you can ask yourself, what would happen if I can? What will happen to you if let's say you're able to do live videos anytime and anywhere? Would it be feeling very confident with yourself because you can do some things that you thought you can't do? Or would you be able to get more leads, right? Or attract more potential clients just because you can? So let me repeat the question that you asked. You can ask yourself, what would happen if you did? All right. Or the second set of questions that you can ask is that, what is stopping you to do that? You said, I can't do video. So you ask yourself, what is stopping you to do the videos? All right. It can apply in any areas in your life, personal life or business. All right. So probably after you ask yourself, what is stopping me to do that actions, you realize that because you do not know what to talk about in the video, right? So what would be the solutions? What about you just randomly find a topic that your favorite YouTube influencer have been doing and you just model after that topic? Or you can actually download my free 30-day live video ideas that we showed. You can get it at link.junlo.co/free30, where we give you 30 free video ideas that you can just take it and just ask yourself 2 questions and you're able to do that, all right? So that is the reason why we talk about universal, all, every, and never. And then we talk about should, shouldn't, must, and can't. You ask yourself 2 sets of questions. What will happen if you can't? And what is stopping you from doing the actions, all right? And then next one, it's talking about verbs, all right? So what do I mean by verbs? I really hate you. For example, maybe your friend tell you, or your children somehow tell you, I really hate you, right? Or I really hate doing this. Okay, the question that you should be asking would be, okay, how specifically are you hating me? Right? Do you hate me from, asking you to do the chores? Or do you hate me of not spending time with you? When you're asking the question about how, you actually forces yourself or the other person that you're conversing with to be very specific. Oh, I hate everything about this subject, right? I hate drawing. How specifically are you hating drawing? The answer that you get is that I don't know what to draw. I don't know how to draw, and I don't have all the different materials to draw it, so that's why I hate it. So this solution is pretty simple. By identifying the key reasons that someone is hating something, you're able to identify the solution as well, right? So that's why asking about how, whenever talking about verb, it doesn't have to be hate. It can be like it can be literally anything, okay? So I couldn't think of any examples right now, but you guys know what I mean, right? So another questions that you'll be asking will be focusing on noun, N-O-U-N. It will talk about who and what, all right? So a lot of times when we are trying to tell ourselves, like self-sabotaging, will be like saying, oh, they don't like me, they hate me, they think I'm not good enough. So now I want you to ask yourself these specific questions. Who and what? When you're using the term they, this now, do you refer to who specifically? So asking yourself who, it can help you to gain much more clarity. When you're telling yourself, oh, they don't approve of whatever I do. So who are the they? Is it the they is just you, that you are thinking that feel that way, but then they don't really feel that, right? So that is what we talk about now. So we have covered universal, we talk about all, everything, and never, should, shouldn't, must, and can't, and we talk about how specifically, meaning you say you hate doing something, how specifically that you're hating that, right? It talks about verb, and we talk about what and how. So whenever you use the term like they don't like me, who are you referring to the they, right? The last one is talk about too much. It can be like too much, too expensive, oh, I'm not, so anything that focusing about comparison. So when you tell yourself like, I don't have much time, this takes me too much time. So I want you to make a reference back to yourself. Compared to what, right? So it is too expensive. Like this course that I am going to enroll is too expensive. This seminar that I've done is too expensive. This software that I want to use is too expensive. So ask yourself this question. Compared to what? Because whenever you don't have any comparison, you couldn't really compare the kind of values, right? So that's why always ask compared to what in order to gain that kind of clarity. So I hope that you guys been loving this, because yesterday when I flipped through, I read the whole books, right? I'm halfway through, and when I see this graph, which I'm going to put a link down below so that you guys can make an easy reference to that and reference back to this video, it's one of the best things that I discovered in this book. I hope that you guys loving it. So we have covered all different 5 areas you need to be able to know. Don't too generalize everything, like be aware of the keywords of every, all, and never. And then you want to talk about should, shouldn't, must, and can't. Always when you face those questions, ask yourself, what would happen if I can? or what is stopping me from doing that, right? And when talk about verb, ask about how specifically. When you talk about now, ask about who and what specifically. And when you talk about too much, too expensive, ask yourself, compare to what? Right? Are the values comparable? All right. I hope that you guys been loving it. And if let's say you've been loving this episode, please leave me a comment down below and what you think of that. All right. And then that will encourage me to do more videos and to read faster for you guys to summarize all different details of what I gained in this book. And also, if let's say you want to be able to do live video just like this, like you are not alone. Because I help more than 180 students starting from 0 videos to 7 videos in a week without any experience, and majority of them have never ever done any single video before. And you're going to get a lot of fun in that throughout the challenge, because I'm going to guide you what topic to say and what to say. I'm going to give you live coaching for 15 minutes, 20 minutes daily basis, and you're going to meet a lot of like-minded friends. All of you guys are going to start from scratch that you have never done any single video before. So if let's say you want to be just like me, able to do that, and also my other students, go through www.amazingchallenge.us, and we are closing the registration in less than 72 hours, right? So remember, when you tell yourself that you can't do video, ask yourself, is it really you can't? And what would happen if you can? And what is stopping you? If let's say the reason that is stopping you is that you have no experience and you do not know what to say, and you kind of don't think you have the confidence in doing that yourself, our challenge is the answer to you. So it's all about whether you believe that yourself, you can do it as well, right? So I look forward to see you in the amazing challenge, and also I'll see you in the next episode then. Take care. Bye.